Okay, I want to go over a couple holsters that I've tried and give you a little bit of insight on those. The first holster I bought was the Crossbreed holster and used the horse hide. I thought it was a pretty crappy holster, honestly. I mean, I can't even stand behind that product at all and say anything good about it. Basically, I mean, it's just a cheap little piece of Kydex, and it was bolted down to a rough cut piece of horsehide leather. Even their logo and stamp wasn't even printed in there very good. They have kind of a little gimmicky clips with their little cross on it. Basically, overall, the thing was pretty cheap and not very comfortable for me. So I watched some more reviews, and I found Concealment Solutions, and I thought, I'll give these guys a try. So I went with their extra thick horsehide option they had, and I can tell you right now that, first of all, the Kydex on this one is thicker, and it's a longer, I like it being longer like this, so it actually covers the full barrel. And then I also like where the Kydex rides up higher on the slide. When it does that, and then it actually has a little hook right here, and this kind of, when it's in your pants like that, it actually keeps the top of your pants from folding over the top here and allows you to get in and out easily of your holster. This one here, you can see it's a nice thick heavy-duty gauge of horsehide, and you could probably, I mean, you could build something like a saddle out of this. It's so thick. On the back, it's nicely finished. For this holster, I've worn it, many days and probably actually months. I've worn this holster, and it's been a really good holster. It's really heavy duty. It's really nice. It's got a pretty good small footprint for the Kydex, which helps the holster, conform to your body. It comes with nice metal clips. These are pretty heavy duty. They actually use little leather washers. They're just little black leather washers on this, and this is the Black Mama from Concealment Solutions with the extra thick horsehide option. So, but just overall, the craftsmanship on this thing is incredibly nice, and they did a really good job of. There you go. It says J. Christensen on there. I guess that's their maker, and then we've got the logo right there, the little snake with the C for Concealment Solutions. But this one's seen a lot of wear or use, but it's got a few scratches just to the surface of the leather. But this is really heavy duty, holds up nice. But I like how it completely covers the gun like that. I think it's really nice. So I wore this holster for a long time, really liked it, and but I wanted to see what else was out there, so I did some more research and came out with this one here. And this holster, if you like the in the waistband holsters like the other one, is probably the most comfortable in the waistband holster I've ever found. So this one here also has the Kydex going all the way up and down the slide of the firearm, which is nice, protects more of the slide of it. And also one thing I like about that is if you just have a strap of Kydex here and you have your barrel sticking out the end of that Kydex, when you sit down, you're able to actually, like in a seat or something like that, and the tip of your barrel pushes against a seat, it can actually pop it up and out of the holster. With this here, if you're sitting down, the seat, whatever you're sitting on, actually presses against the tip of this Kydex, and rather than pushing the firearm out, it just pushes against that Kydex, and the holster, the gun stays put inside the holster. So I really like the full cover on the Kydex. Another thing that's really nice about this is the profile. Very small profile from here to here. I don't know if I can catch this here, but if you look, you'll see, even on this one here, you see this extra tab of Kydex here. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, you could kind of heat this up and maybe get it to form a little more to the shape of your body. But on this one, it's smaller, so you have less area on the holster that doesn't have flex. And this holster is the firearms.com holster. I think they're called Gavin holsters. The guy makes them as Gavin, and really nice. He has a nice stitch on here. I think you can get a double stitch on it. It lets you pick the color of the leather, and it is leather. It's a nice thick gauge of leather, and he lets you pick the stitch color, so you can kind of custom do your holster here. Comes with metal clips. These aren't the clips it came with, but they're basically the same as these clips right here that it comes with. These ones here I got from theclip.com. The belt that I'm using is a little wider, so I got these wider clips here. And you could get whatever clips you want for these holsters, so that's not a big deal if you like the plastic ones or J-hooks or whatever. Just go to theclip.com and you can get those clips. But I got the brown faded leather. On film here it might not look that way, but this is like a deep brown, and it's fading kind of to a blacker color around the rim. It looks really nice. So part of the comfort is all in here. You've got nice, soft, supple leather that's going to really form to your body, and it does after time when you're wearing it. It just gets really nice and shaped to your body. There's not a lot of excess material. When you look at something like this, there is some excess material in different spots on the holster that kind of makes you wonder why it's there. And then this one here, it's no nonsense. They have the piece that comes up here on the slide of the gun. It's real nice. But overall, this is the most comfortable in the waistband holster you're going to find. Flip it over. All right. Now you do have underneath this soft layer, this is actually a really soft backing, but underneath that soft backing you have a layer of neoprene that's going to be a sweat shield. You can kind of see it underneath the stitching there if you look in between those two. But I mean, this is stitched on there, so it's not going to go anywhere, and you can see the stitching around the rivets here, and then your adjustable screws here to adjust your cant on here. You've got a lot of adjustments there that you can work with, but this against your body is really comfortable. It's got a nice smooth feeling to it. So if you're looking solely in the waistband, this style of holster, they call it like a hybrid leather and Kydex combination holster, the firearms.com holster, I don't think you'll be upset with this. I think this is probably the best one out there, and it's the most comfortable I've found so far. I'm always on the look for a better holster, and I still haven't seen anything out there that I think would be better than this holster. You see, people out there swearing by, what's it called, the alien gear. Alien gear, if you know what it is, you understand why it's so cheap. And if you think about it, okay, you paid $500 for your firearm, you're going to stick it in a $40 holster. That's fine if that's a great holster, but it's not. I mean, it's a cheap holster that's, it's got a really large piece of plastic right there that, is not going to form to your body. It's got, and they make it like that so you can change the shells out, which sounds cool and all, but, just buy a holster for each firearm that you're going to carry and have it custom fit just for that firearm. It's going to conform to that firearm. The leather will conform, and it's going to be nicer overall, and you'll be happier with your experience. If it's something you're going to carry all day, you want the right firearm that's going to function. If it's something that you're going to put that firearm in, you're going to want the right holster that's going to be comfortable. And this one right here, by far to me, best holster. But is this what I carry? Sometimes. Now, in come the Incog. Okay, this is where I've gone with my holsters now. Now, sitting in a car all day, driving somewhere, the Concealment Solutions or this firearms.com holster is probably going to be a little better. This one is for in the waistband, appendix carry, and I have to say that this right here, this holster has turned out to be my favorite. I always grab this holster. It's real easy to get on when you're heading out the door or whatever. You just put it in the front of your waistband there, just pull this clip up and snap it in real quick, and it's ready to go. These ones are real nice. The fit on them is excellent. They just slide right in, and you can adjust that with an adjustment screw here for your fit, so you're going to be able to get that custom fit. Normally it has two hooks on here, and the reason for that is this one I folded in to make it smaller profile, and just makes it a little more comfortable as well. But this flap usually is out like that and has another one of these hooks on it. And the reason they do that is you can actually get a mag carry that'll mount right here. And after enough reviews of that, I realized that mag carry is probably not a good idea. It can stick out, it kind of flexes independent of the holster, and it's just a lot of stuff right there in that one spot. So I went with the actually OEM Glock mag holder, and I just wear it on the left side of my belt. So with this holster, it has this tactical fuzz. As far as comfort goes, I don't really think that does much or anything for comfort, but the material is like a suede. It's like an imitation suede, and it's kind of like if you've seen some sports cars, they actually have the seats lined with that, and it basically sticks to your clothing. So that's kind of what this does. In between your pants and your shirts, it's going to stick to the clothing, and it's going to help this holster just stay in place where you put it. Now, I've seen most people with these, they'll go to one clip, and I think it's a better way that you're going to be able to kind of adjust the holster when you need to. It stays pretty well where it's at, but you can kind of adjust if you need to adjust the cant on it or whatever. The one clip is going to give you that. It's also just making the holster smaller, its profile overall, making it lighter, more comfortable and compact. And I think that's the way to go. Where you ride this clip, how high or how low you ride that clip, that's going to be up to you. How your comfort on that. But for me, with this larger gun, this is a 23. I feel like I'll ride the gun down a little deeper, and it helps get to more of the center of the balance of the gun, and makes it ride a little more comfortable for me. Some people like to ride with the handle out a little higher, and you can do that. You get a little less concealment that way, but I think you get a little quicker, cleaner draw that way. Now, there's 3 sets of holes here. There's 2 holes here, 2 here, and then 2 here. I've got it on the innermost set, and it just kind of rides more along the center line of the Glock's balance point. I like that for 2 reasons. One, it just kind of helps the Glock sit nice and balanced in your holster in the waistband, and the other reason is that it completely clears the grip better. So when you go in for your grip, the clip is over to the left of that, so it's kind of in line with the trigger guard there. So when you go to grip, your pointer finger, your trigger finger has to go up above that clip, and when you draw it, it's going to rest right there along the side of the slide, and there's no chance of it going into the trigger guard. If you have the clip down the other way, you might be able to actually rest your finger right over the trigger guard and pull and discharge it or something like that. But so I really like this holster. This is my favorite holster right now. I mean, the gun can just sit in it nicely. It's small. It's got a small profile. It's just easy to move around when it's not in the holster. You know, when you need to take the firearm out, whether you're at the restroom or whatever, this is going to come out. The whole thing together just comes right out, and the gun's safe. It's got the trigger guard covered and everything. It's, you know, it's protecting the gun if it falls off counter or whatever. But that's the way to do it. I mean, a lot of people are, you know, they keep their in the waistband holster in because you have 2 clips, and they just kind of don't want to mess with pulling it out. They got it just right where they want it, and it's a pain to mess with. It's a pain to adjust. So they leave that in there, and they pull their firearm out, and they set it on, I don't know, whatever's handy. And it's really not a safe way to be doing it, because every time you pull your gun out, when you put it back in, that's your danger zone of when there's a potential negligent discharge or whatever. So this is going to help eliminate that risk area where the trigger guard is becoming unprotected. So right now, this is my favorite holster. If it's coming to you know, in the waistband, but it's you know, going to be one that's a hybrid, then it's definitely going to be this firearms .com holster, the Gavin holster, because this thing is by far the most comfortable one I've found. Even more comfortable than the Concealment Solutions, which is an excellent holster. I don't want to knock them at all. I think that the company is excellent. I think the quality is excellent. I mean, this is just a raw holster. You've got, you know, thick, extra thick leather here with the extra thick horsehide option that I've got here. You've got leather washers, nice steel clips, nice thick Kydex. But same thing going on here. The Kydex on this is very thick as well. Let's see. You know, honestly, I don't know if this gauge is thicker than this, than on the Concealment Solutions. It's hard to tell. It's either the same thickness or thicker on this one. So really heavy duty, nice Kydex. The lockup of this one, it slides in, it locks in really nice, good retention. I put a note on mine to, you know, that I like good retention. I don't know if they just come this way or if they did that for me, but it's excellent. Really like this holster. So those are the options, you know, that I have right now, and I like those holsters a lot. But you know, you might decide you like a different style. You might just hate in the waistband carry, or you just hate the Incog style, you know, appendix waistband carry. But right now, this is my favorite by far. I like the design of it, the cant of the way the clip is. It, you know, cants the grip into your body, and the way the clip is shaped like this, it also cants it into your body that way. So it's canting the handle that way and in the body that way. Basically, just making this handle conceal as best it can. All right, that's all I have for those. Thanks for watching.